It ain't about plumbing.
Right.
When have you heard me say that before?
Yesterday.
Okay, all right. It ain't about plumbing. Hey, plumbing pros. Welcome to the 446th episode of Potty Talk. And as always, I'm your host, Richard Bainey, the $1 Million Plumber, along with my very beautiful co-host, the lovely Laura. All right, here. Mm-hmm. Hey, we got a good episode here.
We do. Yep.
Of course, they're all good. They're all good in my opinion. But this is
entertaining.
Yeah, right. We often get asked though, how do we build? Loyalty and trust. Mm-hmm. In our customers, in our plumbing customers, mm-hmm. so that they, want to call us, will continue to call us, that kind of thing, which is very important. I mean, yes. Plumbing customers are our lifeblood.
Yes,
so that is a very important thing. So mm-hmm. we're going to be talking about that.
Okay.
And probably, when I took this question, I kind of went a different angle, like I always do.
All right.
Okay, so it may surprise you, but this is it though. Okay. This is how to build loyalty and trust with your customer.
Without question,
and
100%.
And it is simple.
All
okay,
right.
So stick around here, check it out here.
Okay.
But it's good to have you here. Hey, if you are new, mm-hmm. if you're new to Potty Talk, I've had some comments. We have some new Potty Talk listeners.
We do. It's pretty fun
with the podcast, mm-hmm. and also here on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And so welcome. Okay. Hey, basically, we talk the business of plumbing. Okay, so.
I think we know a thing or two about that.
Yeah, you think? And it ain't bragging. It's just from being around. Hey, if you're around something for 40 years, mm-hmm. you think you're going to learn a thing or two? You hope so. So that's what we talk about here, and that's mm-hmm. what we share. Okay. Yes. Hopefully, the bottom line is you don't make the same mistakes I made. That's really what we're trying to do. All right. So listen up here.
Okay.
And especially today here. All right. So.
Okay.
All right.
Sponsor. Let's do our sponsor first before we get into it.
We get on our sponsor? Yeah, we love our sponsor.
Okay, let's do it.
Hey, Potty Talk pros. Looking for a reliable way to order plumbing, HVAC, electrical products, and more online? Look no further than Supplyhouse.com. Supplyhouse.com is your go-to site for all your supply needs. Their easy-to-use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product info to help you get the job done right. Shop a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from over 400 top brands. Plus, with fast shipping from coast to coast, your order will be delivered right to your door. Need help with an order? No problem. Get expert support and industry-leading service from the friendliest folks in the business. Talk to a real person every time. Pros in the skilled trades can get a competitive edge by joining Supplyhouse.com's free Trade Master program. As a trade master, you get access to a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Join the thousands of trade pros already benefiting from their free membership at supplyhouse.com/TM. So, what are you waiting for? Order plumbing, HVAC, electrical supplies, and more from anywhere with just a few clicks at supplyhouse.com. Real people, real service. That's Supplyhouse.com. That's right. There we go. Supplyhouse.com. We love those guys. We love keeping it simple. And that's what Supplyhouse.com is all about. Mm-hmm. Makes it simple for you. Simple and easy.
Absolutely.
They throw the easy in there too. All right. To order your plumbing supplies. Supplyhouse.com. Use them. All right. There we go.
Okay. So we're talking today how to build loyalty and trust with your plumbing customers.
Yes. Very, very, very important. We want, obviously, if we get a customer that trusts us, that can be a customer for a lifetime.
Absolutely.
But thinking about that, we go right to that. Now, here, let's really think about really what the relationship is. We think about them as friends. Customers are our friends, but they're not our friends.
Correct.
So in a even in a friendship, as we're building a regular relationship, ultimately we want trust, and that trust comes from a relationship. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now we don't necessarily have a relationship with our customers and clients.
Well, we do for a very short period of time.
We do, yeah, mm-hmm. We do for a very short period of time. But it's not all the fluffy.
On and off.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of thing, that it is. But really what we're going for, what we're looking for, first of all, we got to attract, before we even get that trust, have a customer that trusts us. And once you get a customer to trust you, and you do these things that I'm going to share with you, you do these things, I guarantee you, you'll have plenty of customers, lots and lots of customers,
yes.
5-star customers, okay?
Because it certainly
that
is
will
easier.
trust you.
Yeah, it's certainly easier to keep a customer than to gain a customer.
Right.
It's way easier. So,
amen, sister. You know, so it's, but if you do these things, it will build a trust. But you got to do these things first. And really, what I'm talking about here is you have to build. You gotta have meet the customer's faith. That's really what's happening here, and the customer is developing faith in you. Okay. And so that's where we're coming from. We at least gotta scratch that faith itch, all right, for our customers before we even come close to trust. But the good news is, if we do these things, and we've seen it time and time and time again, we've experienced it, okay, and we've seen it with our clients, okay. If we do these things, you will build trust.
Okay.
Okay. So what are they?
Let's get to it.
Okay. Number one. All right. To build their faith. Okay. They're asking. You know, you got to prove that you are able. That's it. You are able. Okay. Okay. That you are able to do the job and take care of them. Okay. That you are able. So how do we do that?
Okay.
First of all, okay, this is not PC. Okay. All right.
What have you ever been PC? Right. Let's be clear.
People judge a book by its cover. Period.
It's true.
Okay. So they're judging you before you even do any work. It ain't about plumbing.
Right.
One of you heard me say that before.
Yesterday.
Okay. All right. It ain't about plumbing. Okay. Before you even do the work. Okay. You may be the best plumber in town, and I bet you are. Okay. But they don't know that. They, they're judging you based on how you look.
Absolutely. And they're judging you before they may even need you.
Yes.
They're judging you by seeing your trucks driving down the road, by seeing one of your employees in your uniform, interacting with them at a convenience store or a gas station or something. I mean, you're being judged. Once you have your name out there as a business owner in your community, you're up for judgment. It's just the way it is. So.
Right. So, it goes, with having your branding correct. You just can't throw your name up on a truck.
No. Because
they're judging you. Even subconsciously they're judging you. So if your brand, it's Joe Blow Plumbing, and that has no emotion, doesn't mean anything to them, the brain just says, I judge that they're not worthy.
Right.
To even remember. So when they do look up, and
plumbers near me,
right, and you come up on, I'm holding the phone, by the way. Okay, I don't have my phone here. All right, so I'm focusing on you, not on my. Okay, don't have my phone. And so when they search and you come up, you may even come up, but they'll pass right by. Even though you come up, they'll pass right by you because the brain says, I judge them as unable.
Right.
Because I don't even know what that is. Okay, or if you look bad. Okay, if you look like you just crawled out of bed.
Right.
Your guy looks like he just crawled out of bed. Or you mentioned, a judge with your guys. They may just have, it may be your company, guys in your uniform, and you're at he's at the gas station, and he kind of cuts somebody off, or is kind of rude or something like that.
Judgment.
They're not able to take care of me. I mean, that's exactly how it works.
True.
Okay.
And just from a branding standpoint, I don't know if you're talking about that later. We're talking about that now.
Yeah.
Branding. Again, going back to...
We always talk about branding, baby.
Branding is like one of my favorite subjects because it matters so much. It matters how you look because, again, the customer is going to judge regardless. Do you have some, junky truck that's got some clip art logo on the side that looks like you're fly-by-night or looks like you're super cheap, they're going to judge you. But if you have some, quality brand, quality nice looking trucks and brand it out, and then that means that you're paying attention to detail. You're serious about your business. You're serious about serving your community in a professional way. That's like split second decisions as they're seeing, again, your trucks driving down the road, or your guys at the gas station, or any marketing that you might happen to do. If it looks cheap and crappy, then that's what they think you are.
That's right.
Bottom line.
It just matters. I'm just there's so much here with this, and I get it. I come from plumbing, the trenches and that kind of thing. And so I'm working here. I'm dirty. Right. What does it matter? That was one of the rude awakenings that I had with our business, that it does matter. Okay. I'm the best plumber in town. We do the best work. But they're not judging me on that. They're judging me on how I look.
Right, because they're going to assume you're a plumber, and you should do the work well.
Right.
But do I want you in my home? Do I want you looking like that? Do I want that truck in my driveway? Right. And here's one thing I'm going to say for you guys that are just starting out, or relatively new, and even if you've been around for a while, really think about the name of your business. Think as you name your plumbing business, really think about it. Do you really think that your name, plumbing company, right? Let's use John Doe Plumbing. Do you really think that's going to resonate and stand out in a probably crowded market in your community? It's not. Right. It isn't. That doesn't give the customer trust. All the customer thinks then is that it's just you, John Doe, right? John Doe in his truck. That's it. Right. And he's going to be inexpensive. Really, again, take some time to think about the name and about your plumbing company. If you need to change it, change it. And we have some of our clients will say, well, I'm everybody in my community knows me as John Doe Plumbing. No, they don't.
No, they don't.
No, they don't. I guarantee you they don't. You do. You know you. You're a couple of plumbers that you've got working for you know you, but the community doesn't. You need to be just. Again, your truck's driving down the road that it's so memorable that when they do go to search for a plumber near me and they see, you come up in GMB or LSAs or whatever it might be, and they see your brand and your logo, they're like, oh yeah, that looks like a professional company. Oh yeah, I like them. Even though they have no idea why, it just looks better. So as you're naming your plumbing business, guys, really pay attention to what it should be named. And don't use initials. Initials are stupid. So for someone to use have a plumbing business and use their initials, that's just stupid. And I said it. Because your customer's not going to remember you. TLR, HBC, whatever it is.
But those are my kids' initials.
I don't care. Yeah, we did have one client who named, they had 3 kids and it was
which we get
which I understand, right. but you got to think, you're not serving your kids.
Right.
You're serving Mrs. Jones in the community, so how is she going to remember you? So find something in your community that's memorable. One of my favorites that we recently helped name, it's up northeast, I think, right? I'm trying to remember. But he had the name of it was him, right? Yeah. His plumbing business or his name. And we were kind of going through, okay, what's going on in your community? What's something that's famous in your community or well-known in your community? And he finally said, well, daffodils. We have Daffodil Festival every year and we're known for daffodils. And we're like, that's a perfect name. Now he has this great brand. It's one of my favorites, Daffodil Plumbing. Well, that resonates with the community. It's a sense of belonging and that they can relate to it. That's how you name a plumbing business.
Right. So all these things here, I mean, it's great. And that's a great soapbox to be on because it's so important. You're talking years of experience here. That emotion is coming across there because what we're dealing with here, in order to build the trust, these aren't things that first of all, this is not a logical experience that the customer is having. It's an emotional experience. And so that's how we have to come at these things. Right. Okay. And it's the other thing here. It ain't about plumbing.
They don't want to call you.
Yeah, all right. It ain't about plumbing, okay? So, so people judge a book by its cover, and they're judging you on whether or not you're able and how you look and how you present yourself, okay?
All right. That was free. That was a freebie. Yeah,
right.
So you know.
All right. Hey, we have Potty Talk episodes on branding and all that.
Mm-hmm. Check it out.
And of course, in the Success Academy, we're all about that because it's extremely important. So next, okay, number 2 here, dealing with, the customers judging on whether or not you're able, okay? So we're building this faith muscle. Okay, we're building the faith of the customer, all right, is at the phone call, okay, when they do call us, okay? So they called us, all right? That call is so important because right then we want to empathize with them.
Absolutely.
Okay, not be a data entry taker, right, okay? Or have you on the phone. That's why we say the worst person on the phone is you, the plumbing business owner.
The worst.
I mean, first of all, we sound like a guy. We sound like a trades guy. We're probably, if we're still, in the truck, we're probably under a sink at the time when the customer calls or crawl space or something. So we're not, the bottom line is we're not focused on the customer.
It's not customer service.
The customer doesn't care that they're talking with us and we're working and we're actually doing a job. That doesn't say that we're able to do the job. Right. Their job is the most important job in the world. Their life is the most important job in the world. They are the hero, the star of their own
life. You're just a bit player.
That's right.
For a short period of time.
We're lucky to be remembered as a bit player to make the listing. You know what I mean?
You're like an extra
We're like
in a
guy,
movie.
I'm gonna date myself. At the old Star Trek. Remember the original Star Trek?
No,
William Shatner and all that. I'm that old. Okay, and actually watched it when it was on. Okay, back when it was on regular TV when you had 3 channels. Okay. But it was always the one guy in the red shirt that would go down to be the landing party or whatever that you never saw on the show before. And after there, you never saw him again. So that's really what
That's
most
what
of
you guys are. As a plumbing business, that's what you
and that's
are.
what they're hoping. They never see you again.
Nope.
Okay, but we have to build that relationship in the meantime.
Yes.
Okay, that we're able to take care of them. And so at that phone call, when they call in,
Wait, so the guy in the red shirt was probably very crucial to whatever that period was, right? In the movie, right?
Right.
It was important.
he was the
but then-
sacrifice. That the weird alien plant, shot a dart in him or something like that. Ooh.
but it was important. But now
and
he's
Spock,
gone.
interesting. Whatever he did.
Sorry, I went back to that. All right, go ahead.
All right. But we want to empathize with our customer, relate to them, okay? Not just take the information down. So it's so important. We're not going in to write, ask me more about the plumbing equipment and where is it, that kind of thing. Oh, I'm sorry, so this morning you had no hot water and your kids get ready for school. Oh, man, that's bad.
Yeah, I'm so sorry
I'm
that
sorry
happened
that
to
happened,
you.
right.
Yeah, whatever.
That's rough.
But don't. Here's the thing too. Just book the call, and that's a whole nother series. But just get the information. You don't need to know every single little tiny thing about the plumbing job. You really need to know very little because you don't want to drill the customer about it. You just don't, because they may not know, and they're probably going to tell you something wrong. So just get the information, their phone number, their address, their name, that information. Know that they have a plumbing problem, and then get out to the house. But empathizing with them on the phone, just relate as a human being. You know they don't want to be calling you, so try to make their day a little bit better, that they can trust you. You sound like you know what you're talking about. You sound like this isn't your first rodeo, and that you can get them taken care of.
Exactly. And then you want to demonstrate, okay, that you're able to meet really what their number one need is that getting their problem taken care of today.
Right.
Okay.
On their schedule.
So you mentioned about booking the call today. Look, the stats tell us that the number one concern of all residential service customers, which includes plumbing customers, is not price. I know we get hit up on price. That's not the number one concern. The number one concern is, will I get this taken care of today? Okay. Followed closely behind, will they show up? When they said they're going to show up, will they show up?
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
But it's scheduling for today. So that's their number one concern. Okay. And that's what you want to meet. Are you able, subconsciously, that's really what they're thinking. Okay. Can I get this taken care of today?
Right. I need you. This problem gone. I need it gone today, and then I need you gone.
Right. So it's very simple to demonstrate that you're able to take care of the customer. All right. By presenting a good cover to your book. All right. So it matters what kind of marketing you're doing, how you look in a uniform, how do you present yourself. Okay. And then when they call in, so you want to be sure to empathize with them. Okay. Not just be a data taker.
Right.
All right. Let them know that you care. That will also demonstrate that you're able to take care of them. And then finally, really demonstrate that you're able to take care of their number one concern, which is, will they take care of me today? So schedule them for today.
Yes.
All right. You do those simple things, you're well on the way to building the trust of the customer.
Absolutely.
All right. So
Okay.
that you are able.
All right.
Okay.
What else you got?
Number two. Okay. That you have understanding.
Okay.
Okay, that you understand what's going on. You understand the work. Okay, and so what do I mean by all that? Well, first of all, listen. Okay, you can demonstrate that you understand by listening. Guys, come on, if you're married, okay, you got to go. If you're married and you've been married for some time, okay, all right, and we have a wedding anniversary coming up.
We do.
Yeah.
31 years.
About a week or so. All right.
Crazy.
Okay, better get planning on that. Okay. All right. And in all those years, I've learned to listen. Now, I still fall into the trap of fixing. Okay. And that's what we do. That's the situation that we're in. Okay. When we go out to Mrs. Jones's house, is that, we're the plumber, we're the expert. We know what, even by just, if they just get some information on what's going on. There's a leak at the toilet. All right. We already kind of know what we're going to be doing.
Right.
Okay. So we're ready to fix it. We're ready to just tell Mrs. Jones, this is what it takes. Okay. But this is not logical. All right. This is an emotional situation that's going on. Okay. And so Mrs. Jones is deciding on whether or not she trusts us, right? Okay. Now we made it this far. She trusts enough that she did. We popped up on Plumber's Near Me. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Good
I think they can do the job. Calls in, we friendly schedule. Okay, they schedule today. All right. Okay, we're on the way to building that trust. Now we're there. Okay, we still don't have it yet. We still haven't earned that trust. All right. Best way now we're face to face is listen to Mrs. Jones. Listen to the customer. Let them tell their story. Explain what's going on. Even if you already know what's going on, you've got to allow them tell their story.
Right, you've already fixed it in your mind, more
Right.
than like you said, in your mind as you're driving out there. You've already fixed it. Guys, here's the thing. I'm going to give you a tip for your customers, but also if you're married. Okay, us girls, and again, most of your customers typically is going to be a Mrs. Jones situation. Not always, but regardless. If it is a Mrs. Jones, if it's a female customer, us girls just want to be heard. That's all. If you're married, maybe you've heard your wife, I don't know, a couple times, maybe say that. If you haven't heard that, you aren't listening. Yeah. You're not listening very well because as a female, however, God wired us, we just want to be heard. We don't necessarily need you to fix it. We just want to be heard. So yes, of course, with plumbing, you are going to go fix it. But when you're walking in, you've got the information. So, Mrs. Jones, I hear you've got an issue with your toilet. Tell me what's going on. That's all you have to say. Tell me what's going on. She's going to love to talk about it. She's going to tell you way more information than you probably want. Doesn't matter. Listen to her, okay? Let her tell the story. Ask a few clarifying questions. Again, that's you then engaging with her instead of just kind of coming in and rushing to the bathroom to get it taken care of so you can get it out of there because you got tons of other jobs or whatever it might be. She wants to be heard. She wants to tell you what's going on. So let her. And then even as you walk in, kind of just prepare yourself. Okay, I'm going to listen. I'm just going to listen to hear what she has to say because you may pick up something. So that's a tip. And then from a married standpoint, yeah, your wife doesn't want you to fix it at all, period, ever.
Right.
Actually, never. Your wife never, ever wants you to fix something that she's feeling or that she's just venting about. Ladies, if any of you ladies are watching, please give me an amen in the comments. Guys, we don't want you to fix it. We just want to listen. We just want you to listen. We know you're probably capable of fixing it, but that's not the point. More than likely, I just want to vent.
If you're a PPC, a plumbing power couple, there's some nuggets of gold there as well.
Yes, absolutely. Trust me.
It goes a long way.
We've been married 31 years. We have an amazing marriage, and we each have had to learn different things, and that's something that was a challenge for you in the beginning.
Still is.
You're a guy.
I was reminded last week.
You just had a little
There's still landmines out there.
Just a little slip up. But where was I going with that? We just want to be heard. So that's a tip for you married folks. And you'll surprise, your wife will be surprised. So she's venting about something or complaining about something, whatever it is. All you got to see, oh, babe, I'm really sorry. That does sound like a bummer. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then leave it at that.
And there's listening. This goes a long way, of course, in our personal relationships. But with Mrs. Jones,
yes.
with our plumbing customers. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're looking, all this, by the way, is a sales process. This is the only sales process you need, and you'll close all the calls. Mm-hmm. Okay, what I'm going to share with you here, because this works within addressing their faith. The faith grows in you, which then builds trust. Yep. Okay, and so you don't have to manipulate the customer. You just have to do these simple things, like listen to the customer, make them feel like they're valued. When we listen to someone, what's that? I know it. I think, on the personal level, I think I'm fixing it for you, so that's the value.
Right, I'm helping you, babe. I'm helping.
Okay. No, but really you just want to know that you're heard.
Yes.
Okay.
And valued.
Right. The same thing goes with your plumbing customer. Okay. Mrs. Jones just wants to know that you're valued, that, hey, she chose you, your company coming out. Listen, I want you to take care of this. Let me tell you what the problem is. Again, we know what the problems are. It's the same in every house, it seems like, right? Yep. Okay. But in their world, this is their world, their universe. This is the only time it's ever happened, and it's happened to them. Mm-hmm. Okay. So it may need to be, maybe something different, but it's not. But to them, it is. Correct. So listen.
Listen.
Okay.
Would you?
Okay. That's a huge sales tip right there. Okay. All right.
Oops. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I'm just hitting buttons over here. We got this nice little new Stream Tech thing here.
You did? You got a new tech toy?
I do. All right. I love that stuff.
All
right,
good.
so we're listening.
So we're talking about, so you're trying to demonstrate, we're building the faith of our customer that we have understanding. Okay. So we can do that by listening to them. Okay. The next is operating with a system. Okay. Being systematic in our approach. So it's like doing a whole house inspection as we get started. To have some kind of process. So even just, we're going to do I skipped right over the important thing. We want to demonstrate that we're, take time to diagnose the situation.
Correct.
So even though we know that it's simple, because we're going to be giving, we're going to get price and that kind of thing, no matter how, you could do it for free, but if you turn right around and say it's just this, the customer won't trust you. Even if you offered to do it for free, they'd go, "Oh, I'm just getting ideas."
You didn't even look at it.
You didn't
even
look at
take
it.
any time to take a look.
Even if you would do it for free, they was, okay, well, I got to take the cat to get, rabies shots or whatever. I mean, whatever the excuse, they'll come up with some excuse, okay, and I'll get back with you, okay, because you didn't spend any time. So how do you know? How do you understand what the problem is?
Right.
Okay, so you got to take time to diagnose. So I've had guys, one of my guys that I'm more friendly with or whatever, even said one time how he'd go in and even the toilet's leaking and you check the back and it's a flapper, so you know what you're going to be doing, right? That kind of thing. But he would spend 5 minutes kind of cranking the water off. He'd take his channel locks, tink the china, like ooh, tink, oh, okay, yeah, all right. And even maybe go, hey, I'm gonna grab a gauge, something out the truck, gauge, come up walking in with a gauge or something. Just that he's doing something. Okay,
it's a
they
dog
don't know.
and pony show.
Right, it is a dog and pony show, and it only takes like 5 minutes, but you took the time, you demonstrated, I understand. Okay, you're building the faith of the customer that you understand what's going on.
Right.
Okay, and then do things like we recommend doing a whole house inspection because it provides other opportunities, but more importantly, it demonstrates to the customer. It's kind of like when you go to the doctor. If you just walked right in the doctor, by the way, everybody this time of year, whatever, has colds, flus, whatever the thing is, everybody's got it. Okay, we're all human. I know in our world we feel like I'm not sick with the flu this week.
Especially if you're a guy.
Right. Okay, yeah. But everybody had it. Everybody had it, and so the doctors all know it's the same thing. Okay, well if you just went in there and then they just said, here, take this. Call 2 aspirin and.
Take 2 aspirin, call me.
Never. Right. Right. Fill out this form, apply to the government aid, blah, blah, whatever. Okay. All right. You wouldn't trust that, okay?
They didn't even look in my throat. They
Right.
didn't look in my ears. They didn't listen to my chest.
Exactly. They got to go through that kind of a thing, and they already know. But it's also a little check. I mean, there's something there, just like for us. So we're doing the same thing. Let me want to check your system out and see what's going on, okay? As a professional,
Correct.
okay?
You are the professional.
That's what you're demonstrating, okay?
Okay.
All right. So demonstrate some kind of system like that.
Yes.
And then finally, with the idea that you have understanding. What was the Nicolas Cage movie, Drive Angry, or whatever?
Drive Angry?
I think it was, Drive Angry, or Anyways, it's this thing. Don't drive angry. Okay, work happily. Don't work angry. Okay, this is a biggie. Okay. Work happily.
Well, I remember we had our plumbing business. We had a technician and customer call, and he's like, he was cussing the whole time, griping and throwing things. And we're like, what? Are you kidding me? I mean, it shocked us. And it probably happened more than what we found out about it. But thankfully, this customer called so we could address it. But
that's the extreme. But even just the, oh man, son of a, what's going on? And alluding to the customer, well, this like you're looking for sympathy, that kind of stuff, or something's going bad.
Or it's worse than what it is.
Or worse, right? You can't. No. You can't come across as like you're out of control or don't have understanding, because we see at these times when we talk about, we've handled calls where after the fact, the customer calls and complains about the price. It's always about the price. Always about that's what they use because it's always more and that kind of a thing. But what will come out in conversations is that they lost the trust. They didn't have faith. So then the value, the price comes down.
Oh, for sure.
Because the technician's working like he's frustrated or like it's getting the better of him. So now the value, it wasn't worth $300. It wasn't worth, so no matter how much, what it is, $700, $1,500, it wasn't worth that.
Didn't matter. Even
if the equipment was that. I felt like they don't know what they're doing. And so it can't be that much. It's the value's not there.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes. And it's also, it's uncomfortable to have, you're in someone's home, right? So you're invading their space. And your home is your sanctuary and it's your safe place and all that. So now I've got a stranger in my house, which I don't want to have. I know I'm going to be spending money on. And now I'm uncomfortable because he's, either grunting and groaning or cursing or whatever it might be. That doesn't build trust at all. And Mrs. Jones already wants you out of the house, but this will just elevate it even more.
Right. Exactly.
So work happily. Whistle while you work.
Whistle while you work.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right. And so there we go. So to help the customer have faith that you have understanding, all right? You want to listen to the customer, all right? It's that simple, okay? Just listen to the customer, let them tell their story, all right? And then demonstrate that you have a system about this, okay? You're not just going right to, it's going to be $1 million, okay? All right, spend time diagnosing the situation, all right? Do a whole house inspection, all right? Which demonstrates that you have an understanding of what's broke and the options to fix it, okay?
Yes.
And then finally, when you are working, okay, whistle while you work. All right, be happy, okay? So that gives the customer the assurance that you're in control of the situation, have understanding,
Yes.
Which leads to their, that they have faith in you and trust you.
Yes.
All right, so
That's
it is
how
that simple.
Yeah, and that is how you build loyalty and trust. One of the ways you build loyalty and trust with your plumbing customers.
All right. Okay. Hey, I have something for you.
We do?
Speaking of building.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, if you're looking to build a thriving, self-sufficient, okay, self-sustaining, able to run without you in the trenches every day, very profitable plumbing business, you need my $1 Million Plumber Blueprint.
You do. You
okay,
gonna read it?
And it's free. Yeah.
I'm gonna read it, I think.
You got a video to show anything?
I do, I think.
Okay, we have. Oh man, we're fancy here.
We're so
all right, there's my blueprint. Hey, you wouldn't build plumb a house without a blueprint, right? So why are you trying to plumb your business without a blueprint? All right, grab my free copy of the $1 Million Plumber Blueprint. In it, I lay out the exact specs on how to build a successful, thriving, lots of great paying customers, self-sustaining, able to run without you, very profitable plumbing business. Don't risk years of wasted time and money and failure. Grab the $1 Million Plumber Blueprint now, and it's free. Did I say that? It's my gift to you. Simply go to $1milliondollarplumber.com/free. There we go, $1milliondollarplumber.com/free.
To get
All
yours
right.
today.
Start building your plumbing business success.
So yes, we are talking about how to build loyalty and trust with your plumbing company. We've talked about you've got to work on the trust, and build. To focus on trust, you've got to build faith first, right? Build faith first.
Exactly.
All right, so we are on point number 3 right now.
And I'm hope you stuck around for this, because this is the biggie. Okay, this is where it's at. As we're working on building.
This is the most important by far.
Right. As we're building, really developing the faith of our customer in us, which ultimately leads to them trusting us, which equates to a customer for a lifetime.
Yes.
Raving fans, all that kind of stuff. All right. So point number 3 is, okay, you need to demonstrate that you are honest. Okay, that's a given, right? But not necessarily so, okay? There's things that we can do that demonstrate that we're honest. Starting with your honest hourly rate, okay? Your hourly rate, and that's what I call it, is your honest hourly rate. Because if you don't know why you're charging what you're charging, all right, if you just taken the price from the last company you worked at and took a little off, okay? Or, you asked the guys at Supply House, what do you charge? Whatever, okay? And you took a little off. Or you just kind of winging it, okay? This house looks like they'll pay this won't pay that. Oh, before I've been able to get this and that. If you're operating like that, okay, you're literally stealing from your customers, okay? I want you to feel it that hard, because that's the truth. You're stealing from your customers. Okay, and what happens there is, first of all, you're not charging what you need to charge your customer.
No, more than likely not.
So you're also stealing from yourself, because if you're struggling,
And your family.
one of the reasons, right? You're just not charging enough. Okay, but what happens there is the customer does subconsciously pick up on that, because you don't believe in the pricing, because it has no base. You don't know why you're charging. Okay, what that goes towards and whatever. So there's no faith in the price, and the customer picks up on that, okay, and they can tell that you're that you're overly priced, or that you don't know that picks up on that, so they don't think you're honest,
Right.
Okay, right there, the price is the thing.
Yes, and regarding your honest hourly rate, that is something that we do talk about in the $1 Million Plumber Success Academy. That's the very first thing we teach in the Success Academy. Not to do a shameless plug, but I guess I'm going to anyway, because it's. You probably, I know you're not. I know you're not charging what you should be charging. We've worked with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of clients, and I can't think of one. When they started with us, were they charging what they
Well, my customers won't pay that. I think it's our
baloney.
And we want to, and I hope you take the sarcasm or the whatever here, just because this is over 40 years. And we want you to be successful.
Absolutely.
And it has nothing to do with price, okay? By the way, depending on how you demonstrate that you're able So if you've demonstrated that you're able, at what level that you're able, and so if you look like a butt crack plumber, you got, AJ's Plumbing Company, and you got a beat up truck, and you pull up in a pair of jeans, and you just see them a price and that kind of a thing. You show them that you're able at being cheap, that you should be inexpensive. Right. And so in their minds, by the way, plumbing shouldn't be expensive. No one wants to spend money on plumbing. So it's always been for 40 years. $80. I mean, I saw women cry over, customers cry over $80. Okay. So it's always been that way. No one wants to spend money, but it's all on, how that you've set yourself up to be. So that's why, if you've done these things coming up to this is the sales. If you want to know, so this is also a sales training. You just do these things, you will close over 98% of your calls that I'm sharing with you here. Okay, you don't need to do anything else. So you need to be honest. It's, when you come up with your pricing, it's always going to be more than what the customer thinks. Okay, but you need to be honest with them and yourself. Okay, this is you're in business to take care of your family here. This isn't a hobby.
Correct.
Okay,
or a community service.
Right. So if you don't know why you're charging what you're charging, then your system doesn't have the confidence about the pricing, and so it's always going to have that struggle. It's always emotionally going to be there. But we see it with our clients. I felt it back. We felt it back in the day. Once we knew why we were charging what we're charging, it is what it is. Right. So when the customer said, "Whoa," and they
freaking out,
their head turned around, they threw up and cried or whatever they did, it's like, it is. So I can do this right now for you. Whatever, you just had that confidence, and then the customer is comfortable with that. They have a little hissy fit because I don't want to spend money on plumbing. I want to do other things with plumbing, with my money, not on plumbing. So they have a little fit. They have a little hissy fit. Okay, but if you're confident and they feel that confidence, and you've done these other things, it's sold. Okay, they're already sold when they call you. By the way,
that's true.
Okay,
you're the one that messes it up.
Yeah, we mess it up. So having an honest hourly rate, which Now there also then, all right, to ensure that you're honest, you want to give them choices.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Not the broke fix. Okay. We think just going right to the broke fix, the one price. Remember, we're already kind of talking around this thing that no one wants to call a plumber. They won't spend money on plumbing. It's already high. That kind of thing. The one price. They're looking for any reason to say no. Okay. And they don't. They know we want to do the work and sell the work because now it's more expensive. If we just give them one price, they think we're selling them. We're just pushing them. You got me. Have you ever heard that? I know we heard that. Well, I guess
I got to do it because now you got me.
You got me.
Huh?
Well, no, you can call another plumber, but that's the emotion when it's just one thing there. Okay, we want to help them feel confident. Okay, and honest, that we're honest. So we want to give them choices. Okay, which gives them control. Yes. So they don't feel they're being bullied by us now. Okay, I know it's silly. Again, this is an emotional transaction. This is not a logical transaction that's happening. It's an emotional. Okay, so we're the big bad bully coming in saying you got to spend money on this and fix this. Okay, we want to give them a sense that we're nice, backing off and that they're in control and we're here to help. So we can do them by giving them choice. So we want to give them options.
Yes.
Okay, and we have potty talks on this as well. But
yes. So how to provide options.
Okay, but no more than 3 options, that kind of thing. Something to say no to. Okay, all right. And in that options, what's important too is start with the fix as the first option that you provide.
Right.
Okay. There's sales training out there about selling down to sell up. That's all.
Up to sell down.
Well, you start with the highest. So if we're on a toilet call, we're gonna start with our toilet or whatever the special thing we're gonna sell. Danger. I mean, we get into where you're there on a toilet call and we're trying to sell a softener. So we go, hey, we got a special on our softener system right now that it's this, and if you'll get our softener system, we'll throw in this toilet repair and all that. You've lost the customer. You're not honest. Okay, all right. Most guys can't pull that off, and so but we start with the fix. So no matter what it is. Okay, we even had some, I'll use a toilet example for your plumbers, you understand that, like even it's just a simple thing like a flapper, okay, that you don't bundle the flapper with something else in the first repair. You have just the flapper. So you can tell Mrs. Jones, the reason you called us out, that tinkly sound that you've been hearing, well, that's this thing right here. We call that a flapper. And that's what it takes, this is, I can replace that, and here's what it costs to do that. Or we can do this. And then you do a minor toilet rebuild or whatever. But the point being, you want to let Mrs. Jones know on the first option the reason why she called you out, no matter how small it is. It could be a leaking, a bonnet, on a nut or whatever. Okay, that bonnet, the packing gets whatever, and we can tighten it. but it'll come back, or we can replace it, or that kind of, you lead up that way, but always give her a price and an option for taking care of the fix.
Correct.
Okay.
But don't just leave it at that. Give her options, because she may not want to have the issue ever again, and she just doesn't want you back out. So give her the options.
3 options.
Yes, the three options.
Only 3 options, because we're a good, better, best society. Again, we have Potty Talks on this, and of course, this is big in the academy, because these are the simple ways. You don't need, your guys don't need to be salesmen. You do these things, and I have proof now. We have hundreds of clients. It happened for us. I mean, you'll close over 98% of the calls if you do it this way. Period. Yep. You don't need special sales. Okay. But it's all working with the customer. The customer perceives us as being honest. So we've said, here's exactly what's going wrong. Okay. Also, when we provide the options, we stay in the lane. That's an important part of this honesty. Because as soon as we go in and we offer our special super duper softener or something outside of the lane, so say I use the flapper example, that the lane is the toilet. So Mrs. Jones would understand, okay, you said it's this flapper thingy that's the problem, but you also say replace some guts, and then you also mentioned replacing the toilet. Well, in her mind, she may think, well, I'm not going to buy a toilet right now, but it makes sense on why you offered a toilet, because within it's the toilet, right? Does that make sense? Okay, that is so important, because as soon as you veer off and say that, in my inspection, I found this and that, and we have a special on a water softener, and we can do that. As soon as you mention this other stuff, you've lost. You're trying to sell me, and she doesn't trust you, doesn't think you're honest, doesn't trust you because you think you're honest. Then you're going to hear something like, well, I need to talk it over with my husband. It's not that you need special sales skills. She just told you, I don't think you're honest. I don't trust you, okay, because you didn't do these things, okay? All right? So, all right, options.
Yes, I got it.
Okay? Also, we're going to get in there. When you do get into discounting, it must be a credible discount, all right? Customer, Mrs. Jones won't think you're honest if all of a sudden you just say, well, I can take $20 off or $50 off, whatever it is. If you just pull a number out of your butt, okay, you're not honest.
Nope.
Okay, it's not. That means the price wasn't real, that kind of a thing.
Right.
All right? Credible, I mean, it's like there's a reason, like first-time customer, repeat customer.
Those are my 2 favorite. I mean, you can do different discounts, senior and things like that. But the best is either your first-time customer. What I can do is give you a first-time customer discount. Certainly want to earn your business. We'd love to earn your business. And so what I'm able to do and what I'm authorized to do is to give you a 15% discount. Will that help? The customer will then say, yes, that does help. Or, you're a repeat customer. We definitely want to retain your business, and we want to keep you as a customer. I'm authorized to give 15%, 10%, whatever it is, discount because you're a valued customer that we would love to continue to service. Those are credible discounts. They make sense. So offering those types, and maybe your company does coupons. We're not a big fan of coupons, but it's always nice if you go someplace and we've talked about our favorite pizza place in Indiana where we went up one time and they're like, oh, you got this, and this. That qualifies you to get this coupon for $5 off or whatever.
Right, it was nothing, but it was like,
oh, thanks. Yeah, so that was kind of nice, right?
And it made sense on why I was getting.
Exactly.
They laid it out on why they were going to take money off. Okay. Right.
So it needs to be credible. So you really do need to think about how can I offer the credible discount that's going to make sense to the customer, so they don't think, well, you're just again pulling numbers out of your arse.
Right. And back to your honest hourly rate, by the way, all discounts are figured into your honest hourly rate. So we're back to it's so important that you determine what your honest hourly rate, because your customers pay for everything, including the discounts that you give out. Okay. So a credible discount, extremely important. And then, you want to have warranty coverage. Okay, that you're honest, so that you're for real. Okay, which again leads to the trust.
Right. Yeah,
so
we're building trust.
So you have warranty coverage on that, and you make it. Don't make it no nickel and diamond on the warranty coverage. Just make it not. Don't make a bunch of small print. I guess that's the best way to put it, because they don't
trust that.
Don't trust small print. So just keep it.
Do you trust small print?
All right, right. Small print? Just say that, this is covered for 30 days. This is covered for a year. Unconditional, cover. I mean, just make it that it's covered, and then don't fight it when it is covered. Right. Or if they use it, don't find a way to get out. Okay, just agree to what.
Just do it.
Okay, and again, your honest hourly rate. You're determining those costs are figured into your honest hourly rate. Okay, so it's all covered. So then honor that. That's what you're charging the customers for. Honor it for the ones that you have to use it. Okay, you do those things. It's that simple. You're sold. You built trust now, and you have a customer for life. Yeah. Okay, so just to help the customer understand that you're honest. Okay. we want to have your honest hourly rate. Know why you're charging what you're charging.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we are talking about, again, how to build loyalty and trust with your plumbing customers, right? And so this one we're talking about being honest. Just make sure you are honest with your customers by having an honest hourly rate, okay? Knowing why you're charging what you're charging, okay? Providing them options, okay? Not painting them in a corner with just a broke fix. Right.
One option, okay? Provide them options so that they are in control. All right, and can make decisions. And also, when you provide those options, stay in the lane. Meaning, don't offer other special packages or that kind of thing. So, just stay with. If it's a toilet, offer toilet options. Okay, that helps to build that trust. And when you provide a discount, okay, every customer likes discounts. Make it a credible discount. Like they're a new customer, a repeat customer. That there's a reason for giving a discount. You're just not handing money over because customers don't trust that. But if there's a reason. Okay, that makes sense. And then finally, have a good warranty coverage, okay? Make it simple, clear, and then when it's needed, honor it, okay? You do those things, your customer is going to believe that you're honest, which leads to trust, which leads to a lifetime, loyal customer. That's right. Okay, so there we go.
Okay.
All right, it really is that simple, okay? You do these things, okay? Demonstrate that you're able, okay? All right? Customers judge a book by its cover. All right, demonstrate that you have understanding. The quickest way to do that is just listen to the customer. It's that simple. Listen to the customer, okay? And then demonstrate that you're honest, by charging an honest hourly rate, okay, and giving the customer choices, all right, and giving them a sense of control.
The line from the Jerry Maguire movie: "Help us, help me, help you." This is what I want to say. Help you. Everybody talk. I just want to say, help me, help you. That's what we're here for, to help you. And these are relatively simple things to do, easy to do things. And if you haven't been doing them, give it a try. Try these processes for 30 days and see if you're able to build a better relationship with your customers, thereby building the loyalty.
Oh, if you in just 30 days you made the changes to what we just went over here, you already see a difference in your plumbing business. It's that simple. You just got to do it. So there we go.
Okay.
Hey, and if you're looking, we've been talking about this here, and we're about, we teach the business of plumbing, and and if you're looking to take your plumbing business to the next level, all right, or you're just starting out, or you're in the weeds, or whatever it is that you're struggling with, okay, let's have a conversation, okay. Book a call, and we'll have a conversation, see where you're at. We'll kind of map out your situation, and then we'll we'll give you a roadmap. All right, that will take your plumbing business to the next level, or accomplish whatever you're looking
and
to accomplish.
beyond.
Yes. So we love to talk with you. Simply go to
milliondollarplumber.com/call, CALL.
There we go. All right. That was a good one.
That's a good one.
This is good stuff here. Okay, go back and listen again. If this is. We just gave you a lot of value here. I'm just going to say it myself. It is this simple. You go back. This is a good one. Okay, this one a lot of fans seen a lot of exciting things, but you do these things, this will solve a lot right here.
Yes.
Okay, so there we go. All right. Good to have you here. Look forward to seeing you next time. As always, before I let you go, I'm going to remind you that you were purposefully and wonderfully created, and you were created to do great things. So plumb like a champion.
Bye, everybody.